Do you have a game plan we should talk about when we get there? What we should tackle first?
Approximately, I guess, do we know how long it would take to get to Elidor from Earthmount? I know Ethan's
about a
tract
week.
is about 2 days, a year.
A week.
Oh, I thought you said a year for
No.
some reason. I was like, what?
Not unless we get
Are
really
we
lost.
like fucking army shuffling?
It's gonna army crawl the whole way.
I just do my shuffle step the whole way.
Lunge the entire
Professor
way.
Farnsworth speed.
Yep.
Have the thickest, meanest thighs when you get there.
Oh man, forearms of steel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I don't have anything, but about a week.
Yeah.
Okay.
About a week on horseback.
Do you want me to just? I mean, I'm assuming that with each rest, like, I would be able to refresh my spell slots for.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, just checking. Because I don't think it's anything overtly expensive for materials, but I don't think it's not anything outside of my prepared area for like create food and water.
Well, you probably would have thought of that before leaving. Since
Right.
you were still in your keep, you would have gathered the materials necessary for a longer trip like that.
Right.
So by the time you get back, you'll probably have to spend a little bit of gold to help refill some
Actually,
of the stuff.
there's nothing. There's no material requirements. It just
That's what I
third
thought.
level spell.
That's what I thought.
It's there. It's bland. Like, this is just really bland eats, but it's nourishing.
Well, I got herbalism. I can season it up a bit.
Spice it up a little bit.
Yep. Spice up my water.
Bam!
Maybe sprinkle some dusted dryness on there.
Yeah.
Spice up
Oh
your
my
life.
God. I totally forgot that you had that. You you accidentally sprinkle some in the water and just whoop.
That's all we
evaporates.
got.
Save that for later. I got
Now
a
we got
pellet.
powdered water. And you just got to add water
Powdered
to get
water.
powdered water. You just add water.
Jesus. All right. So, what? 2 days to get to Ethan's track, then another 4
4
so.
or 5 to get to.
The end of the 2 days gets you right into that region of Ethan's track proper. So when you camp that night, it's about another 2 hours only until you get into the region. You can see Ethan's track just down the hill from where you are right now, sitting on all of your mounts.
Yeah.
Are we gonna camp in Ethan's tract again?
Ugh.
Well, if you remember last time, Ethan's tract isn't exactly peaceful at night.
No, but it does need cleansing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but if you
Okay,
recall
have fun with
as
that,
well,
Wainred.
the reason for that, which again if anybody's forgotten, we cannot speak about
That doesn't mean anything.
what had
Ever.
occurred. Just don't think about Ethan's tract too hard. How
That's
does that
like
sound?
saying don't think of an elephant.
Well, now I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, I know.
Shit. Well, don't worry. An elephant didn't do that to Ethan's track, so I think
I know.
we're okay there.
Think of an elephant then.
Think of an elephant. Yeah, when we're going through there. Think of an elephant. I vote we skirt Ethan's tract.
Sure.
We don't have the means to cleanse it. I can understand that, but
It just burns in my nostrils like a horrible stench.
give him some herbs.
You got
just-
some spearmint I can shove up my nostrils?
I should have said this. I would
Affixed to the
think
inside
just
of my
for
salad.
morale's sake, we would have brought a bottle of the Boomshine with.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Can't go anywhere without the
up to you.
boomshine.
Yeah. I would like to think so. Yeah.
Just do your
We'll just do a bottle of Boomshine.
detect evil while we go through.
Nope. Just before it even happens, a disembodied
Are you
voice
skirting
yells.
it or are you going through?
We're skirting it.
I'm skirt. I vote skirting. Skirt.
Yeah, skirt's probably the
Skirt,
best
skirt.
one.
Are you actually throwing that out there, Sean?
No.
Okay.
And giving it a wide berth, I think. Not spending the night in the region of Ethan's track, trying to get a far enough distance away, at
Yeah.
least, before we bed down.
And I mean, you need to get down to like the bottom of the hill to get to area where you can continue to make enough distance north to still get around the town,
Right.
but not have to go way out of your way. So
Okay.
you keep about a mile's distance from it,
Right.
but you have to get to the bottom of the hill and then just keep like at the base of that hill and kind of just go right around.
That's fine. And no, I guess that's pretty much it for the night, I guess.
Now, you guys had said that you were keeping the ruby in a box of some sort.
Yes,
How was that?
I had made a
anti-magic
box out of
containment
just
thing.
iron.
Yep.
But I had put a glyph of warding
Mhm.
on it, and what was in the other one? Put a password on it too, and that password was George Cooney.
So, just so that everybody kind of remembers that how the sensitive cargo that you have with you is kind of set up right now.
And
He has it. I think.
yeah, he's holding on to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It does add a couple of hours to your journey for that day to skirt around safely at the distance that you want to keep. But it's just this similar to when you first went there. Even just being this quiet, it's odd being near these many structures that you can see, but you don't get the noise of any town or civilization at all. So it's just an odd, like, anachronism right there.
I'm using these rest times to redo my spells, just so you know.
Yeah, I've kind of shot. I'm assuming, like, you know, in the morning preparations had time
Yeah,
to
exactly,
kind of
like-
rearrange spells.
For you guys having that religious aspect to your magic, a lot of when you prepare your spells for the day depends on how you're feeling that morning. You know, you have your prayer, your whatever sort of relationship you have with your God at each day, and that helps you to
Do I
prepare
feel
those
spicy
spells and get them ready and
today?
everything. So,
Very, very spicy.
so if you can maybe, Tyler, pull up that road map again one more time.
Oh, sure.
Sorry, what?
I
You're a real dad? Am I getting that right?
can barely hear it over here.
Pingman, this is a beautiful song.
Yeah, this is the traveling music, actually.
Oh, dads are your real dad.
It gets to be about 10 minutes before I'm like, oh god.
Oh, dads.
That must be a song from Kingstonic.
You don't know my dad.
Yes.
What do you call that song?
Kingstonic Park.
Do they know? Did you mention at all any of your family history when you last time you were here, or any of that kind of was coming up, or like for you, or?
I don't think so. Nothing in particular comes to mind, anyways. At least for him.
His mom. That's all I remember.
Chicken coops somewhere in there.
So
Yeah.
You got.
You get-
Yeah.
you know, a good distance from Ethan's track before you camp down for the night. It's about 4 hours behind you at this point, and the farther you've gotten from it, the area you've been going through the mountains, like from Hearthmount to Ethan's track, you kind of had to go down into a little bit of a basin where Ethan's track was, going back through another mountain pass north. Then the mountains kind of just gradually fade off, and it becomes just a more flat land. And in the distance, the entire horizon that you can see right now to the north is just trees. There's a huge, dense forest up there to the north. Very, like,
Remind you of somewhere?
The forest?
Arborsdale.
That's true. There's
Hope you
kind of
don't
mountains.
Find
around
any
there.
bandits or.
So, Elidor, I guess, do we know kind of the topography around Elidor, like close to it, or on the way to it? Is it just like through a forest kind of thing, or is it more mountainous when we get close?
it's like the greater area itself, like just around Elidor, is there are like some mountains, but for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles, there's just a huge dense forest around the entire area. So basically, like Nortred, it stops like north of Ethan's Tract. It goes over to the Crimson Grove. It's
Okay,
just
so
a
like west of the
giant
Golden
range
Cliffs,
of-
all the way to Crimson Grove,
It's
north as far as like
Just
giant,
a huge forest.
Giant's Belt, and south to Ethan's Tract.
Yeah,
Okay,
in
just
in
giant
some,
forest.
like
there.
it starts to. There's a difference between other forests that you've seen that are just big forests. This is big and thick, and like all the trees are
THIC.
massive trunks. This is an old.
We're in Fangorn
old
Forest. Fangorn Forest.
What forest?
No.
Do you know the name of this forest?
No, I don't.
Oh.
It's
That's
Could you talk to the
copyrighted.
trees,
That's copyrighted.
Me?
is he?
I
We
can
trying.
talk to. I can
We're
talk
trying
plants.
to.
Just discern what
Oh.
forest this is.
All right.
Do trees name their own themselves like a forest? Is that like how does that work?
Would they know? You could ask. I don't
It's
know
true.
how your
What do
magic
the humans
works.
call this place?
Yeah. What do the travelers call this region? Maybe something like that.
So I'll cast talk to plants. Like, excuse me, mighty trees. My friends and I were just traveling through, and we were wondering if you might give us some insight into what the name, or what people like us, travelers who come through here, call this region.
You just.
But
You're not in that forest specifically. If you see it on the distance, so where you are right now,
oh,
there's just
Oh.
some odd
What do we
trees
get?
around you.
oh, I
like
see.
the closest one is like 40
Closest-
feet away, so you kind of just said this out
You
in the middle of
there.
the air.
You there?
Yeah, like hello, traveler.
What that region in the distance is.
Your room.
That region in the distance. Does that work?
Well, I mean, you're like shouting to something a mile away.
Can I then just look for
Well,
a
the
sign?
nearest tree was 40 feet away.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
just like,
we
a
could
road
we could just
sign.
go,
Road sign.
we could
Welcome
wait till
to
we get
whatever
Okay,
forest.
fine, we'll
Yeah.
wait, I
Well, I'm just saying,
guess.
like, you know, if we get into the forest, then you'll be able to, like, you know, talk to the people native to.
I mean, if you want to step
X.
closer to it, you cast this spell. If you want to step closer to a tree, that's fine.
I'll
But the
just
closest one is like
wait.
40 feet away from you.
Wait.
I'll just wait.
Okay.
good things come to those who wait.
It's a bold-faced lie.
I would say that Wainrid could make a history check, having read the book that covers
Good things?
some distant of some areas of this continent.
they do.
It would have come up at one point.
I'll do a history check real quick.
Turns out they don't. You're right.
Oops.
My God.
15 plus 5, 20.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely recall what the biggest forest on this continent is.
What is it?
The Emerald Yield.
Yo, guys, this is the Emerald Yield. It's the biggest forest on this continent.
Emerald Field?
Emerald Yield.
Emerald.
And that's the common name, like in common language,
Gotcha.
because the elves have their own name
Right.
for it.
Oh.
That's right. Elador is an elven.
Starts with
Eldor
L,
is the
dude.
capital city that is in
You
that
have
forest.
issues with elves?
You,
Issues
are you
with
racist?
the arcane.
You were
I
told,
see to practice it.
yeah, you were
Not
told by
you.
Mogren that
You're
was
right.
like the ancestral home
Wayward arcane
of the
magics.
elves
I
of
too.
this land.
I recognize
Fear
your
those.
control.
Yes. I am fearful of my powers, so I try my hardest to not use them.
That sort of comforts me, I guess, in a way.
Yes, you can. If you've seen that bear that I disintegrated with lightning, yes, I'm very.
That's right, you did do that. Yeah, that's kind of terrifying.
Yes, so I am now more honing back on some of my talents.
Good.
That 3 months, I kept a low profile with my magic.
Oh, were you wanted for bear slaughter? You didn't have the.
I took it
proper
upon
license.
myself. I punished myself.
And it's by this point that you guys travel that the sun is starting to set on the third day of your journey. So the fact that you see this forest doesn't mean that you're close to your destination. It's just the beginning of the forest. So that kind of is a gauge for you guys of how far it's going to be.
There you go.
So that third night, you guys are making your camp outside Ethan's tract. It's still a few hours away from you and everything. Is anybody gonna take a watch because of the area that you're in, or
I'm going to sleep.
I'll take first watch.
okay?
I can't
Are
sleep.
we,
You
near-
can't sleep. That's your Xanax.
Wizard
Yieldy
Xanax.
Xanax. Wizard Xanax.
Are we near any
Too much
trees or anything
power.
where we're camping out?
Power I yield.
What's that?
Are there any trees nearby where we're camping out? I want to climb, take a perch up in that tree to get a good look at the campsite.
Okay, make an athletic check.
Before I go to bed, I watch him climbing.
Oh fuck, crit fail.
So, you actually get about halfway up the tree, and the trees in this area aren't huge, but they're not, young trees either.
Don't fall on me.
So you are grabbing certain limbs and you're putting your feet down. Then you get about halfway up there and you try to put your foot down on one of the smaller ones, and it completely snaps beneath the
don't-
weight of your
don't-
heavy plate armor and
Not
you
that, Brett.
yourself.